Good evening, everyone. I'm back tonight to stream Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Campaign. Gonna have a good time tonight. Even though I'm playing kind of two levels that I don't like, and the second of which most people don't like because of the craziness. Of course, I'm talking about the library, but first I'm doing Guilty Spark, which is a level that introduced players to the Flood. Spoiler, but again, bit of age to the game. Yeah, it should be good. Hope everyone had good weekends. I did. Trying to figure some things out. Alright. There we go. Zoom games. Let's get started. Go through the classic loading screen. Classic, simple, attractive. Gets the point across. Good feels. I always love this loading screen. It's very comforting in a weird way. I didn't do the cinematic. I did before, but... Okay, so I wasn't Cortana talking to you, someone else, and there's already a downed Pelican here, so you can rate it for weapons and ammo, even though you already have that. And it gives you 3 health bits there, so if you need to run and get some, you're welcome to. Though you don't really need it, since at the start of this level, you all you fight are grunts and jackals, and that's not a problem in this game. Right. And here they come. Hey there, woo! Love these little guys. Alright, so that's taken care of. Oh, and there's a downed Covenant dropship. I forgot what the name is for this. Phantom is the big fat one. I think this one... I know they have some kind of, like spirit theme. Maybe that is the spirit. That might be called the spirit, actually. Like the Phantom, Ghost, Spectre, Wraith. All their weapons have a supernatural theme to them, most of them. I didn't have a theme any work with it, I mean, yeah. I mean, hell, all the human vehicles are named after animals and bugs and whatnot. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yep. I will admit, even though this is a part of the game where I stop, like part of the campaign where I stop, usually if I'm, doing, casual playthroughs while listening to music, like I did back in the day, I do give this level major props for building atmosphere. I mean, you saw that, intro bit there, where it shows, the Covenant troops running out of the building, scared of something, and then you saw the bullets flying after them. But then you kind of see the bullets fired in a very peculiar way. So you know something's up, and you kind of and when we're gonna get into that room in a brief bit here, kind of see you know, you expect to see humans in that building right away, but you don't, so kind of wondering. So this level does a great job of building atmosphere. The next level doesn't so much build it, it's just throw you in a very long, very tedious... I gotta be honest, the library is probably the weakest level in this game, design-wise, because of how very repetitive it is. Because you're pretty much going up a spiral-shaped building. And along with that, like everything, oh, that killed me. Forgot about the fall damage in this game. All right. And the environment never changes in look. It's like the same. I mean, which isn't totally, which isn't bizarre for a Forerunner structure at all. They all kind of have that samey look to them after a while. Maybe there's health in the building. Doesn't matter. Yep. Right. See how this place looks in the new remixed version. Oh, they definitely added many more details to the outside. To the swamp look, with a bit of the fog thing to make it look spooky. They get a lot of color as well. Very vibrant. Nothing wrong with that. Good to have a vibrant swamp. Most of them do tend to be dreary. Ooh! And the elevator comes up on its own. You didn't have to pull a thing. The weird thing about this elevator is that the panel looks like it's built... No, it's not. Wait. Here we go. It's like it's projected away from where you'd be in the elevator. And kind of a weird placement there, but okay. This, everything's quiet. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, right. Oh, they're so cute. And I feel so bad for them because it's just them. Like the lower tier soldiers, just the jackals and the grunts. Stuff's broken. You don't know why it's broken. There's really good atmosphere to this level. And about halfway through, everything goes to hell, and it's a very good payoff. I don't love it though, because I don't love the flood. No, it's too gross looking for me. And again, Forerunner loved the color blue. They really kind of like amped up the kind of cathedral look to this collection of rooms in this level. It's kind of interesting. Big archways, towering ceiling, window-shaped thing. No, that's definitely not a window because this isn't looking out at anything. And then it's just a wall. Back in the day, we were fine with just a simple wall. We didn't need all those glittery lights and flashiness. We had plain gray walls and we liked it. mean, it looks so good, like they're on the lookout for something, you don't know what. And not a human in sight either, still. We of course know what happened to all of them, and then you have this bit of ickiness here. And you just gotta know what on earth happened here. See how that looks. Oh, and kinda just a big light in the sky. Yeah. I think it worked better in the old school look. I mean, just everything just looks so blue and shiny. It doesn't have that same feel of dread like it does with this classic black look. No, not black, gray color look. Barricade here, all these corpses and blood splatters. This is also a good Halloween level. I played this during my Halloween stream, but I went with Skyrim instead. And I had a good time with that. Good spooky levels. Probably the only level where you find these Needler cartridges. Ooh, you're a human. Well, he was crazy, so it's okay. Okay. But, oh gosh, see how well that kind of worked. You have like that lone survivor that's drawn mad by seeing the carnage. All these things can, be very, small independently, and considering now the stuff we've been exposed to, it's, it's kind of like, eh. But back in the day, this was, holy cow, was this a wham level? Just more blue. Alright. Have those like kind of red symbols from the versus stages in the multiplayer. I guess those mean something, just to know what. So you can look into this room, because you know you're going to go in this room. This is where everything goes down. If you look in, like, everything looks normal. So yeah, this level's a good exercise in building atmosphere and tension for the audience and player. Oh, I just came in from that door. You hear a little something? Oh! Hi there. See the helmet there, which they have recordings on. Oh, look, there's Johnson. So he somehow managed to survive all the flood shenanigans coming up. So, yeah, he's either immortal most of the time, or can teleport, or both. And he can also revive himself, apparently. So yeah. So he's some sort of godly entity. So no matter how many times you kill Johnson, he cannot die. Or he'll just come back, reform, stronger and quippier than ever. Look, there's Captain. And that will be it for his speaking role. He shows up later as a bloated corpse fusion monster thing. That's somewhat compatible with alien technology. Just somehow. Spooky. Hale had found footage before it was beaten to the ground.
What's going on, soldier? Corporal, do you copy? Over. Mendoza, get your ass back up to second squad's position. Find out what the hell is going on. I don't have time for your lip, soldier. Give you an order. Listen. What is that? Where's that coming from, Mendoza? I don't... There! Get out! Hold still! Hold still! Let him have it!
Ugh, I hate those things. They're just so gross and creepy. So the designers did their job. Certainly, they did. Don't worry, Johnson survived. If not, he's back in the sequel, don't worry. Captain's dead, though. Long dead. I don't know why the flood... Well, I don't know how that worked. Just put him all the way back into the government ship. They brought that body and used it for their remix project or whatever. To make a new grave mine. Anyway, let's talk about Halle Berry. Oh, poor thing. I mean, because I was, you know, hearing some stories. Just going through another divorce. Now, but it's true, some people just have bad luck in the romance department, but it's either her third or fourth divorce, I think. Third or fourth, but, she's, hooked up with very, striking, attractive men. Though, it always kind of ends, like, similarly in that it's usually from what we hear, after they do the announcement, that they're separating, it tends to be it tends to be usually labeled as his fault every time, which is kind of strange. And so again, some people just have bad luck picking men. I mean, Taylor Swift certainly does. But then again, in the similar case to that, you kind of wonder, when there's so much, so many stories. And, like, always, like, in her case, Taylor Swift's case, it's stories about, like, the songs about them doing her wrong, which we love or hate. It depends on who you are. It also depends on the song, because sometimes some of those songs are better written than others. But yeah, it begs the question, who's... Because there's two sides to every story, so you kind of want... I mean, because there was, Halle Berry, like, one of her husbands, I forgot which one it was. It was, like, one of the first... maybe, like, one of the first two. Like, one of the reasons they kind of got separated was he was a sex addict. But then recently, he said... That same guy came out and said that he said that... like, for the betterment of the marriage, so it wouldn't look so bad. And it just gets so weird, because she's also had, problems with exes, too. I mean, one of the things, she had to deal with recently with the divorce of her most recent husband is... Whoops. The problems with her ex, who she has a child with. And she has a child with this new husband, too. But the new husband wanted them to move to France, because he's from France. He's a French actor. But with her third husband, living in the States, and having shared custody with him of their daughter, couldn't really move. So that was a big problem in her marriage with the newest guy. But it's just, and then I think the first husband came out saying, in light of this recent divorce and such, that they tend to, like, Halle Berry's, like, PR team tend to, what according to him, to demonize, the ex-boyfriend, husband, so that she doesn't look bad. Which is interesting, and seems like someone that famous would do. So that door he came through is broken, so he has to find a new way in. Or new way out. But yeah, it just makes you wonder, because, when you have that many, divorces, because, divorce is there for a reason. I mean, in the U.S., at least, people get divorced and, no one cares. It's just after it's multiple divorces, that's when people, start to give you looks. So, I mean, and for Halle, it's 3 or 4. That's pretty noteworthy. And Halle Berry, I mean, very, very attractive woman. I mean, she's 49 and she still looks just amazing. Yeah. Kind of interesting, too, as well. I haven't seen her in a movie in a long, long time. Like headlining a movie. Like, she used to be like that big thing, but she kind of has 2 curses against her. Like, 2, alleged movie curses that we all kind of think. She has, the Oscar curse, the, Bond girl curse, because she was in, Die Another Day. And she also has the starred in an incredibly bad flop superhero movie curse. So, of course, those curses, take them for granted salt and how much you believe them. But yeah, she's unlucky in all the ways, because I cannot think of the last movie she was in, with a notable role. And maybe you guys out there in the comments or in the live stream right now know of something she's been in the last few years. But I can't think of anything, because she's, I mean, once you star in Catwoman, there's no coming back. I mean, really. That was just a travesty. Yeah. And then, of course, she was in Die Another Day, which was travesty in different levels, though. It was certainly probably one of the weakest Bond films. It's usually ranked very low in the rankings. Like, it's down there with a lot of, like, the particularly corny Roger Moore Bond movies. Because that was the last of Pierce Brosnan's Bond movies. Then they had that couple of years break, and then they rebooted the series of Daniel Craig. And of course, Spectre came out recently. I still need to see that. The reviews haven't been great though. Far like the score on Rotten Tomatoes is about 62, I think. And Skyfall and Casino Royale are in the 90s. Like only Quantum of Solace is, is scored as low as that, with a 60 score. And Quantum of Solace is very uneven and not a Spectre. And I thought it'd be really good because I was really excited about Spectre because they're bringing back the Spectre Crime Syndicate, which dates back to the Sean Connery era. So and they couldn't use Spectre in any movies for many years because of licensing issues with the Ian Fleming estate and the guy who worked on some of the movies and the books. I forgot the name. Kevin something. But yeah, it's a big copyright mess, and so that's why that organization was not used, and why they kind of got rid of Blofeld in a very cartoony way. And that which Bond movie was it? I think it was like he had a really undignified death in like the stinger for one of the Bond movies in the Roger Moore era. One of the particularly not crappy Roger Moore movies as well. Bond movies. It was... can't think of what it was. It was... For Your Eyes Only, I think. I think it was that one. So they killed off Blofeld in a really cartoony way without naming him. But you can definitely tell it's Blofeld. That's a fun elevator ride. Because of all the blood. Ooh. Up there. Alright. Looks like stars. Blue, gushy, gooey stars. Yeah, so yeah, poor Halle Berry. Who knows what's gonna happen? Because her, oh snap, that was not a good grenade to use in this. Let me get the switch. There we go. Because her ex-husband's coming out and everyone talking. It's, something's gonna leak and it's gonna get pretty interesting. Yeah. Coming at using these purple things. It's like they're computers or transmitters, or they're also they carry weapons. It's very strange. Like it's a computer here, but in Halo, I forgot which Halo. Maybe it's starting Halo 2. They also hold weapons sometimes. You can't see me, but you can feel me. Start seeing the human flood. Zombie creatures. Oh, that guy had a shotgun. I need to pick that up and not die. First level in the campaign, you get to use a shotgun. Boy, is it a good level for the shotgun. Tight corridors, zombies, or zombie-esque creatures, however you want to call them. I mean, they're effectively walking corpses piloted by parasites. Kind of like the Plagas in Resident Evil 4. I still need to play Resident Evil 4. I've heard so many good things. It's one of the best games, certainly in that series. Kind of the mark of one of the marks of horror games. Since a lot of games have tried to beat it and failed. Like Silent Hill Homecoming, for example, really wanted to be really wanted to be Resident Evil 4, and it did not work, not at all. I mean, it tried, and that was admirable, but yeah, Homecoming's a very divisive game. That's certainly one of the reasons why, because they really tried to go for action with a series that really wasn't very actiony. I mean, it had, fighting monsters, but then they really tried to make it in with, over-the-shoulder cam, finishing moves. It just, well, not finishing. Well, you had finishing move in the other Resident Evil games, but more theatrical finishing moves. Like before, it's just you stomp on the body so it wouldn't get up, and this one it's more, you do a crazy twirl with your knife and stab them in multiple places in a cinematic, and yeah. I think there's even a puzzle that they recycled in from Resident Evil 4 in Silent Hill Homecoming. Like, well, okay, there was a puzzle in Resident. It was a puzzle in Resident Evil 4 first, and then a very similar puzzle appeared in Silent Hill Homecoming. Very long titles. I'm getting them mixed up in my brain. All right. I think it was a slider puzzle. Like the slider puzzle, you slide the images, and you get a. I think this is where the Flood were held, like in these rooms, these observation rooms, and they Covenant stupidly opened them. It's hard to tell, like where the Flood were. I mean, they're kept in this facility, just kept in the tanks, and it's just. The Horror had them in the tanks. Why didn't they just find a way to destroy them while they were, incapacitated? I mean, you have this giant world. They're stuck on these. Well, as far as we know, or depending on how the expanded universe gets into it, because that's a whole lot of stuff. It's like where were the Flood on other places? Were they regulated to just being on the Halo rings? And usually, from what we can tell, they're contained on the Halo rings. They only escape when some dumbasses blow open some doors they shouldn't have. Or when Cortana doesn't say, oh, by the way, there's this thing here. Or she doesn't read, or the Forerunner don't put an icon on the map saying, this bit, don't go in here, there's crazy stuff. And yeah. So really the Forerunner just be a bunch of dicks. And they seem that way, really. At least in the games, there's you really brought this upon yourselves. Especially in Halo 4 when you kind of see when they see the Didact, who's just a crap villain. I mean, he's one of the worst game villains I've seen in a while. At least for a major game like that, which is so story conscious, he was just really a generic, lame villain with a cheap, boring boss fight. Not cheap as in difficult, cheap as in there's really not much to it. And that's your climax, and he goes out like a little bee, totally. Grenade to the chest, okay, you're fine. Walk on home, Master Chief, but you can't take Cortana with you. Aww. Yay, this bridge works. Ooh, walk right into that. Ooh, I slid off of that. Ah. Oh, here we go, here's a door. Like the Flood spore. Not spore. Well, there are Flood spores, but the parasite ones. They're just like the little ones that possess people. I always thought, for some odd reason, that the sound they made, they sounded like they were saying Hitmontop, like the Pokemon. That's just what it sounded like to me. So maybe the Flood are Pokemon. Who knows? Need some repels. Make sure they're max repels. We're gonna need them, especially in the next level, because oh boy. Oh look, humans are alive somehow, even considering all the crazy. Don't worry, they won't be alive for long. Oh gosh, that's dark, but it's gonna be true. The perfect weapons to have against the Flood, from my experience, are the assault rifle and the shotgun. The shotgun for obvious reasons, and the assault rifle for having the bullet spray so you can take out the smaller parasite ones. Ah, you moved. No, I shouldn't worry about saving these guys because it's really fruitless, but pretty much just go to the spawn point where level ends. And we get to meet another character. Oh boy, this character. And this thing, whatever this thing is, how's it look in the new polish? Well, it's blue, so okay, that's not a surprise. Oh, and the Sentinels have arrived. Okay, level's over. And it's you. And of course you're blue. Teleportation powers. So now we get to go to the library. One of the least liked levels in the Halo series. Okay, this has always bothered me. So, Guilty Spark can teleport. Okay, so he can teleport, and he teleports you on the floor where the key is, but you can't get to the key. You have to go all the way up the library to activate the elevator that you can ride down to take the key. Is there anything that would stop him from just teleporting you to the control panel at the top to call the elevator? I mean, is there like a security thing? You can't bring guests, like to certain parts of his teleportation powers. I really don't understand. I mean, he wants you to succeed, doesn't he? I mean, it's kind of like Cortana just not telling you what to expect when you go to the previous level. Like, I mean, she just says, "Oh yeah, just go there quickly and get there now." I mean, it's It's like they just really don't. I don't know. That just kind of always bothered me. Okay, got the shotgun one. Hate those big ones because they're really annoying. Especially if they sneak up on you and explode. Then you're doomed pretty much at that point. Also, another thing, guilty spark. You sure take your sweet time opening these doors. I mean, really, I don't understand it. Like, what's the, like, just going on the design, like, by the Forerunner or whatever. Like, what is the logic to having your gatekeep, whatever his, like, deal is, like, your administrator, on the ring, just first, like, he has to open doors very, very slowly for some reason, and he can't teleport to where he wants to in certain parts of the ring. I mean, what? I mean, that can't believe no one's been bothered by that, just because of how the hell you go through this level, because apparently the flood can spread so much that they've already gone to wherever this is in relation to where you were, or... I mean, they work quickly, that's fine. I mean, like, look at them in Halo 2, I mean, you blink and they've already taken over the joint. It's crazy. I just hate these creepy things. Just so gross and nasty. Oh, it's behind me. This level's also noteworthy because it's the only level where you fight just the Flood. At least in the ones before and after this. I mean, before you just always only fought the Covenant, but they had enough variety in their ranks to make it interesting. This one's just the same old thing. That's not that fun to fight, and that's kind of annoying and certainly more difficult on higher difficulties. And grosser. Okay. Alright. And then, oh, someone's behind me. Oh, or... Oh, he had a shotgun, okay. Oops. It's very easy for these things to overwhelm you. And then the levels after this, you have to... the other levels after this really spice things up where you fight, you know, Flood, Covenant, and Sentinels. Shouldn't really do spoiler alert, but this game is so old, everyone's kind of knows what's going to happen already. And pretty much the Flood are like the only real big surprise. Well, nah. They're probably the biggest surprise, and then you find out, oh, Halo's a weapon, and it's like, okay, that's a big surprise. Mostly because it's just... like, I never guessed that something like this would be a weapon, and you're there opening your door. He's pretty much Natalia, but immune to damage up until the third game. At least Natalia's sounds like, well, gay Natalia, you know, the look of the game, it's pretty hard to see her as attractive. All the blockiness. In the movie, she's very, very, very attractive. And of course, you don't have to like James doesn't have to chaperone her as much in the movie. At least there's no really awful control level where he has to guard her while she works at a computer, which is something that happens a couple times in the game, in one very bad instance where you'll go crazy. Look, more blue things, and drippy things, and jumping things. Some health. Yeah, these things, okay. These things are so annoying because if the exploding ones are next to they're two next to each other and one explodes, the other one doesn't explode instantly, it's blown away and then explodes. So it's gonna be blown towards you and explodes right next to you. Ah. Oh look, overshield. Need to grab that. Not sure how it got there. Maybe it was carried by one of the blood-possessed Covenant soldiers. Maybe. I don't know. Again, conveniently placed dead bodies and items. Oh yeah, shotgun guys. That did not serve me well. Exploding ones. Don't you know? I mean, you've been here. Okay. Just you know, again, the example of the Forerunners being dicks. You could go through the terminals when you're playing this game. In the, you know, updated graphics, and you get to see, you know, his backstory, and you pretty much see him lament that he was left alone as the only relatively like intelligent, sentient's not the right word because he is a robot, but with a degree of awareness. So he's the only one that was left by a Forerunner on this ring. Like that's like on the Halo ring. I mean, because each Halo ring has its own monitor. That's the right word. Caretaker. Monitor. And he kind of wishes that he wasn't alone because he kind of went crazy alone, which is very understandable. So yeah, Forerunner they couldn't, you know, see that coming. That they would drive their monitors crazy. Considering they're the guys who have to, you know, activate the ring when the chips are down, which, of course, the monitors can't do on their own. They need someone to help with that because, again, I don't understand the Forerunner and their planning. Giant, slow elevators. And so much blue. Blue's one of my favorite colors, don't get me wrong. It's just making an observation of all the blueness in the game. I really think the designers had that song in their head when they were planning this out. I mentioned that in the last stream, but oh, at least they add some red in the remake, so I guess they knew the blue would get really old. They add some red. Bright furnace red. Dang. Okay. Maybe the flood prevented him from teleporting you closer to wherever I don't know, just, yeah. Blood ex machina, pretty much. Gets to feel that way a lot later on in the series. Not just in this game. Like, they have teleportation powers. At least the Gravemind seems to have them in, Halo 2. Teleports Master Chief to High Charity and the Arbiter to wherever Tartarus was, near where he was, so he could stop Tartarus from activating the ring. But then at the end of Halo 3, activating the Arc destroys the Flood, and it's like, yeah. It's like, so much, but not too much, it's just, yeah, I probably should play that over again to see what was going on there, but yeah, wow, out of shield. Protect me, barely useful robots. Oh, chain reaction there. Oh! Oh, see what I said. Sometimes they're, before they explode, they're sent flying towards you. Nasty creatures. And then the monitor likes to sing. Guilty Spark likes to sing. He laments he couldn't release his album, but the release of the Flood delayed the launch dates. He covers such classics as American Pie and Like a Prayer by Madonna. Oh, he came back up. Oh. It's gonna get crazy later when they start carrying rocket launchers. Whoa. Sorry, the assault rifle's only good for like the little ones. Like for the larger ones, they just sponge bullets. Oh, sure. Ah, Guilty Spark. Lots of red dots. Oh, there they are. Ooh, okay, I got it. Okay. Just remembered something. A lot of shotguns. Happy about that. Deal with these exploding fatties. So annoying. I forgot the character name for them. I don't know. Should check that. I just call them the exploding annoying ones. They're so creepy. So creepy. Carriers, I think they're called carriers. Right, so this game, early 2000s, big thing. And I mentioned in the last stream, I wasn't big into the pop music of the early 2000s, because a lot of it was very, like hip-hop and, club jams. Which I do like, very curious about me. I do like dance pop quite a lot. But I'm very, picky when it comes to that. So, so yeah, early 2000s kind of was a time for like a lot of hip hop artists to come about, and that was also I think that's when 50 Cent became really big, and 50 Cent was just came up in pop news recently. So Vivica Fox, who you guys may remember as being in Independence Day, and she also had a brief bit in as one of Mr. Freeze's henchmen in Batman and Robin. And she's been in other good films, and now she's on TV on Empire, and she's has a very interesting career. So she was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and I kind of I mean that just seems like such a fun show to be on, because it's you sit in the lounge. You get asked questions, you play games, you have some drinks, and Andy Cohen just seems like such a swell guy and really friendly, and a good host. So I really, if I would be in a talk show, I'd probably want to be like one of the first ones I want to be on, just because it seems like so fun. All right, so he was on there with like he was interviewing Vivica A. Fox and some other woman, and they were talking about how 50 Cent was criticizing Empire because there were some storylines of some gay people, and he suggested that the ratings were going down because of that. And so, and again, like I mentioned, like they have some drinks. Sometimes people can get a little tipsy. I mean I haven't seen too many episodes, but some of the ones I have seen, like some of the guests do kind of act as though they've kind of had a bit to drink, because I'm sure they've had. It's right there in the stand next to the chair, and we were encouraged. So she mentioned to him. Actually, she mentioned on Andy Cohen, like she was. So it's kind of one of those things where maybe you put your foot in your mouth after a couple drinks. So she implied that 50 Cent was gay, which I think I don't know much about him. I just know I know the era of music he comes from, and the themes of his music. So that's kind of a interesting accusation. One that's pretty hard to believe just because of what we know of his persona. Oh, rats. Darn you, exploding ones. I hate you so much. So, I don't know. It's, he shot back, and Vivica A. Fox mentioned a magazine cover he was on recently with Soldier Boy. And I was surprised, because I thought we were done with Soldier Boy. I thought we washed our hands of him after we really, really got sick of that Superman song that everyone in the world hates, and for good reason. So, yeah, I was surprised he was still around, but he's on his magazine cover, and I saw the cover, and it's really, really odd. So, so they're both on the cover, and 50 Cent is wearing this white jumpsuit with a ninja mask, and he has his arm around Soldier Boy, who's shirtless with a lot of chains on. It's just, I don't understand what kind of theme they were going for with this cover at all. And so she mentioned, so like Vivica mentioned that, and I was like, oh, and I don't know what's been going on, but just, both Soldier Boy and 50 Cent have, commented back in the ways they do. Just like Soldier Boy's thing, like he made like a Twitter message with like a picture of her saying, she's old and desperate for attention, just like the kind of like very low caliber insults. Just like it's just a go-to one, and it just like, of course, I'm kind of like in the school of, if some celebrity says something stupid, you just ignore them, or something. Otherwise, everyone looks bad, and it's just a whole mess. But it's entertaining to the masses. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And what do you all think in the comments? Do you think? Because, boom. I just think maybe she's having a bit to drink. She was thinking about that cover, because I don't know much about 50 Cent at all. I just know some of the things he's rapped about in songs. And that's as far as my knowledge of him goes. So, I don't know if I just... Oh, that's a red one. Oh. So that's a weird thing with the lighting there. I'm also the kind of person who doesn't... Well, for me, fighting on Twitter is like fighting in a public place. It's just, you know, anyone can see it, and that's just what I think. Just kind of don't, you know. But celebrities love to do that, and normal people too, of course, which is regrettable still. And there's a difference, you know, having a discussion, you know, and having different points of view and having an argument. But then there's a difference between that and just, you know, saying derogatory things to get a reaction. I should probably go down a corridor somewhere. Okay. Don't know if this is the right one. Look, all these hallways look the same. And it's so hard to understand the monitor and his weird sentences. I just really don't like the filter he has on, like, character has on his voice. As I've mentioned before, I was supposed to hold this position. Whatever, monitor. Come back. Where are you? Ah. Or they're chilling out over there. All the red dots. The exploding ones. I hate you exploding ones. You're just the worst. And they're easily my least favorite enemies in this game. Oh, the door's open. Yay! Oh, snap! That was a rocket launcher one. Don't even know where the checkpoint took me. Oh, here. Okay. Okay. Probably. I mean, and also for who to study? I mean, just the Forerunner, man. Just the Forerunner does not stand for foresight, if you know what I mean. And yeah, all the explosions. And oh, not that one again. Didn't see him the second time, so. Yeah. And one of the reasons people hate this level is all the rocket launcher flood that show up in the later half. And the shotgun wielding flood that show up all throughout. Ah. Oh, here's the door. Yeah.
Was dependent upon it. I am grateful to see that some of them survived to reproduce.
I mean, he has. I mean, Guilty Spark has a lot of exposition. This level. It's just you're usually not going to be able to hear because you're fighting off all the flood. Oh, I'll shotgun one. Thanks for the ammo. Yeah, the human weapons are best for fighting the flood. Though the Covenant weapons, except for the Needler, are really good against fighting the Sentinels. Oh, snap.
I will deactivate the security.
Yeah, sure. Spooky music. Roll the tension. I'm in a corner. I'm just jumping from corner to corner now. Ah! Oh, the door's opening. Wonderful. Oh, good. Reinforcements. And another big, slow elevator. Okay. Seriously, Forerunner, why'd you need such huge elevators? What's the purpose of this? Do you have some sort of... Are elevators some sort of religious symbol? I don't know, it's just... Ah. Fourth floor. Oh, I think this is the last floor. Yeah. So we're getting close to the key. At last. Alright. Oh. They exploded once. Oh, exploded once, exploded once. Ah, okay, didn't get damage from that. Ah, bullet sponges. And ah. And they went there. Ugh. Oh, there's a corridor I can take. Don't know why that door wouldn't open all the way though, but I just implied that the Blood have the smarts to rewire all this stuff. I mean, you see them in a little bit, you know, trying to rebuild or repair the truth and reconciliation from the previous level. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the same ship. I think it's a whole. I mean, the area looks very similar. Well, yeah, I mean, same kind of look to it. You know, canyon, nighttime, enemy ship thing going on. So yeah. So you revisit. I forgot. Not only do you revisit the control room, because that's the next level after this. You go back there. You also revisit the Covenant ship you infiltrated in the third level. No, you know, it's smart to use assets. To reuse assets. I mean, it's good to make it not so, you know, transparent to the player. You know, make the level different enough so that it feels like a new level, not just a rehash. Star Wars Force Unleashed tried to do that, and it didn't work out. It came out, it kind of felt really rehashy. Especially with a Star Wars game, you know, with all the planets available, you end up revisiting the same 4 like multiple times, and you're like, okay. The ammo here. Yeah, oh, no, just a health bit. I hear my phone beeping. Ow, explode once, explode once. Gross, gross, gross. Okay. Oh wait. Well, no. You kind of wonder if the Flood are smart enough to, at this stage, maybe not this stage, because they don't have a grave mine created on this ring yet, to know to maybe they could try to destroy the key, or maybe the key has a force field. I don't know. Just we have to go to another elaborate elevator and activate a key and get a grab key. Ah ha ha. See the level just... Oh, here we go. Yay, it ends. Alright. Yeah. Again, I don't understand why he couldn't have started from the 4th floor to begin with. Believe me, that guy needs subtitles. Oh, I mentioned yesterday, I did an art stream for the first time, where I have an account on, I have an account on Picarto.tv, so do art streams there. You can find me. It's Super Genji art, I think. Yeah, I'll probably put an annotation on when this goes up on YouTube, and might put a bit on Twitter. Oh, you can follow me on Twitter @GamingGenji and like me on Facebook to get updates on new videos, new streams, new stuff I'm doing, and yeah, because it's a good place to stop. I think I'm gonna do the next 2 levels and then finish off with the final level in a separate stream because it's a long level. Yeah, but I do feel good coming back to this game. It's a classic. It's really, really good. Maybe someday I'll get Halo 5 to see where the series goes and maybe pick up some of the supplemental material. Just we'll see. There's only so many hours in a day, and I still need to get some other games I have now that I haven't played yet. So yeah. You didn't have to do that. You could have come along, but how would he? I mean, oh gosh. So like the key is a physical object, but they could also be digitized, I guess. Index key, blah blah blah. I like the one time he raises his voice in the series is that moment there. Makes me wonder what kept the flood alive while they were being stuck. I guess maybe they were put in some kind of stasis or environment that kept them from dying to be researched by who I don't know in that interim time, so.
More or less. Technically, this installation's source has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be wiped devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the flood.
How couldn't you? How would he know? See, I hate you, guilty Spark. A lot of people do.
We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the answers. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
And the shipping starts. So you don't know how, if he could teleport you and himself, you don't know what was keeping him from teleporting you into a chasm somewhere, but details. Anyway, so, thank you so much for watching. Had a great time streaming tonight. I'll be back soon with more Halo Anniversary Edition. Looking forward to that. Yeah, so, thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.